Logan students, and welcome to another lesson using Autodesk Inventor Professional 2022. This lesson will assume that you've made it to part 18 and 19 on the hydraulic arm, the fixed finger and the movable finger, and I'm going to show you how to make those parts. First, let's look at the schematic. Here is the assignment called the hydraulic arm design, and you're going to scroll all the way down and find part 18 and 19, fixed and movable finger. So I've already essentially memorized all of the specs, so now I'm going to show you how to make it. Start with a new, standard IPT, create. All right. First thing to do is we're going to draw this out, and then we're going to extrude it. So start a 2D sketch on the XY plane, and I always just start with a rectangle. And I've discovered that it's good to make this rectangle maybe above the x-axis here. And as you're drawing your rectangle down, you're going to type 3.5 for the width, and then tab, and then 3.25. Enter, escape, zoom out with your mouse wheel, and I'm just going to pull it a little bit to the left, pull it up a little bit, maybe there. I want it a little bit above this x-axis here, so that when I'm going to draw a line straight through horizontally across this box. Click. And then I'm going to use the dimension tool to make sure it's 1.625 from top, click, to this middle line, click, stretch it out, drag your number out and place it in between the arrows, click, accept. It says it's 1.625. So I'm going to leave that alone. And then I'm going to make another line like diagonal here. It's just a random diagonal, click. And here, okay, now I'm going to actually use the dimension tool to select this right line segment, click, and this vertex here, click, drag it up, click, and that dimension should be 1.25. Enter. And then I'm going to select this line, click, and this vertex, click, and drag it over to the side, click. That dimension should be 0.25. Enter. And I'm going to repeat another line similar to that at this side. And when you bring your line down to this bottom line segment, you're going to see a little dashed line, which means you don't have to measure it. So right there, click, and then hit escape. But this line measurement I do. So I'm going to select the center line here, click, and this vertex here, click, drag it off to the right, click, and just make sure I enter 0.25 inches. Enter, and you're good to go there. So now I'm going to draw a line segment parallel to the left. Click, hit escape, hit the dimension tool, and I'm going to measure from the left to this line segment. Click, that should be 0.375. Click, 0.375. Enter. Okay. Also, I'm going to draw a line segment here. Click, and click, hit escape. I'm going to measure, use the dimension tool. From the center, click, to this point here, click, drag it up to the left, click. That should be 0.75. Enter. And another way to use the dimension tool is if you click on a line segment and another line segment, it will provide you the angle. Click, drag it off. Now that measurement for that angle should be 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do is just click and change the angle to 45, hit check. And there I have a proper line segment. Now I'm going to use a circle tool, and right on this line segment, click, I'm going to draw a circle. As I drag it out, I let go, I type 0.25 for the diameter. Enter, and I can place another circle here like that too as well. 0.25, enter, and then I'm going back to the dimension tool. I measure from the center line to the center of the circle, click, drag it off to the side, click. That actually is already at the correct measurement, 0.375, check. And here I go again, from this line segment in the center, click, to this center of this circle, click. drag it off, click. That should be 0.375 as well. Click. Next, I'm going to use the offset tool. So I select offset, and I select this circle, click, stretch it out, and the offset is 0.25. So I enter 0.25, enter. And now I'm going to draw a line tangent to the circle and also to this line segment. Click, hit escape. Now I'm going to review the measurement for this. Looks to me like that distance from the bottom to that line segment ending is 0.625. So I select the dimension tool. From this line segment, click, to this vertex, click, drag it off to the side, click. That should be 0.625. Enter. And now I'm going to zoom in a bit and look very closely at this line segment here. See how there's two line segments that are overlapping and not quite as nice as that should be. So you've got to find that vertex, try to drag it till it's tangent. I think that's about right. I think that might be okay. Can just leave that as it is. It looks proper. And then grab one last thing. Grab a circle here, hit the center line here, click, drag it out. That should be a diameter of 2, that is 2, enter. And then use the dimension tool from the very left, click, to the center of the circle, click, drag it down, click, should be 2 even, 2.0, enter. Okay, now we're going to use the trim tool. In order to trim lines, sometimes you have to remove the dimensions. So around this entire sketch, I'm going to just right click on all my dimensions and just start removing a lot of them so that it won't impede my ability to trim lines. I'm not looking to see a bunch of error messages. So I just right click on all these things and delete them. I think I'm probably deleted enough. So let's try it. I'm going to use the trim tool, and I'm going to trim this line, and this line, and this, and this, and this, and this, and here, and here, and here, 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 here. You can zoom in, get this diameter line here. We can trim out this, 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 and this, and this. Voila. Now that we have the main perfectly created fingers, we have to finish sketch and extrude. So let's go finish sketch, extrude, select here, and the dimension for distance A should be 0.375. Okay. And there you have your 2 fingers, but you're not finished. You want to use rectangles to cut and save each part separately. So one is a fixed finger, one is a movable finger. Can you guess which half is which? Start a 2D sketch, click on this top, create a rectangle, maybe from this corner, straight across, and let's go down. Click, and you'll finish sketch, extrude, and you want to cut, and click OK. That is the fixed finger. So you're going to go File, Save As. You must save into your hydraulic arm folder. If it's not saying save in hydraulic arm folder, you go up one level, up one level, up one level, up one level until you find remote user. Then you double click from there. Then you go to the G drive, double click. Then you find your hydraulic arm. And there's where you're going to save fixed finger. F-I-X-E-D. Actually, that's part 18 fixed finger. Name it part 18 space dash space fixed finger, F-I-N-G-E-R, and then save. Now you can go over to the browser And where it says extrusion 2, you're going to select the plus sign, double click on sketch 2. Boom, boom. That will reactivate it. Maybe zoom out a tick. And then grab the bottom, stretch it to the top, and release, and finish sketch again. Boop. Now you've created the movable finger. You're going to save as file, save as, part, change the name, 19, move bubble finger. Make sure that again is saving in your hydraulic arm folder. Save. As is customary, create a print screen for each of these and turn them in with your assignment for full credit. I hope this video helps. Good luck.